Your defense net shot is a net shot you would use when you are forced to catch the shuttle low. You would typically start the stroke from the center of the court, in which you will start to move your arm and stretch it out as far as possible. Then the legs will follow, like this. By this, you will see that you stretch out your butt, your back, your shoulder, elbow and wrist as far out as possible. But at the same time, you are relaxed at your fingers, like this. You will see your racket head will probably be pointing nearly horizontal, but probably also a bit downwards. The actual movement is very simple. You only use your fingers, which you contract slightly upwards. This makes the racket move upwards, which gives just enough power for the shuttle to pass the net tightly. So just to summarize, make sure that your racket is moved first. Stretch out in your back, shoulder, elbow and wrist. Make your feet follow. Let the racket head point slightly downwards. Relax in your fingers. Contract your fingers so that the racket head is moving in an upward direction, which gives the shuttle just enough power to pass the net. During a defense net drop, you might also consider to do it cross court. The start of the movement is exactly similar to a normal defense drop shot. You would start by stretching out your arm and back to reach out as far as possible, and then make sure that your legs will follow, so you'll end up in a position really stretched out. You'll notice that your racket head is pointing slightly downwards, and at the same time you'll be relaxed at your fingers. What you want to do as the shuttle approaches is that you want to contract your fingers so that you move your racket up and a bit backwards, and at the same time you want to contract your wrist so that it bends backwards in around 80 degrees angle. It means that your starting position is like this, and you will end up like this. Again, here it's important to emphasize that you shouldn't rotate in your wrist, as the shuttle will tend to go either too high on the net or to go too deep into net. So it's very important that you only use your fingers and that you bend backwards in your wrist. The forehand side is very similar to the backhand side. That means that you will have your arm in front of your body, fairly stretched out. You will possibly approach the net from the center of the court. Then you will move your feet and you will reach out as far as you can, but still be comfortable and in balance. You want to make sure that your fingers are relaxed and that there is around 15 to 20 degrees of an angle in your wrist. As you want to hit the shuttle, what you want to do is you want to contract your fingers so that the racket moves upwards, and at the same time you want to bend a little bit in your wrist so that it moves outwards. So it's an upward and outward moving motion. It's actually a very small movement, but the movement is just enough for the shuttle to pass tightly on the net. Similar to the backhand side, this shot can be made cross court. So we'll start from the center of the court, moving towards your forehand corner. Your arm will be stretched out, and you will also be stretched out in your back, and reach out as far as you can, but still be comfortable and in a balance. you will try to relax in your fingers, and there will be an angle of around 15 degrees in your wrist. As the shuttle approaches and you want to hit cross-court defense net drop, you want to contract your fingers and bend slightly in your wrist to an end position like this. That means it's a very small motion, and the only thing you do is contracting your fingers and bending slightly in your wrist. Also here, you have to have a feeling that you hit the shuttle slightly backwards. As in the backhand, this will make the shuttle go tight on the net, and it will ensure that you're not hitting too high on the net as well.